Witch Tower.
Whoa! See that? Whoa!
Please replace batteries. Again?
Witches are said to hold seances and rituals in front of the structure.
Are the legends true?
I would say that's a yes. I don't know.
The water tower atop a hill in Starin Park, known to Whitewater residents as Witch Tower. The Starin Park water tower was built in 1889 and is around 100 feet tall. In 2008, a man scaled the tower to gain access to the inside of the building, where he would destroy the water tower control panel and nearly bit the thumb off of an officer called to the scene. Once the man was removed from the scene, he would have no recollection of what happened, though before he was removed from the tower, the man claimed it was all an attempt to rid Whitewater of witches. The man was referencing the well-known legend of the tower, that witches are said to hold seances and rituals in front of the structure. Some believe witches were even buried below the earth inside the fence line. While there has been no conclusive evidence of witchcraft or rituals held at the tower has hosted religious events, and the hill the tower rests on does have spiritual significance. As we learned from our Holy Hill and Sanatorium Hill investigations, hills can be considered sacred and meant for engaging in spiritual practice.
We get a lot of comments from people who visit that they feel uncomfortable there. Now, there's no evidence that anything happened at the water tower, but people feel kind of odd when they're there. So who knows? Like I say, I haven't experienced it, but that doesn't mean to say that other people don't experience something. So
further, there have been reports of real rituals performed at Whitewater Lake, where charred bones were found the following day. So it is not out of the question that evil rituals could have at some time been held at the tower. Because there are also reports of shadowy figures and spiritual contact at the tower, some investigators have captured very compelling evidence. We decided to try to communicate with any spiritual energy at the Witch Tower, spiritual energy that could have potentially been conjured by witchcraft or demonic rituals, to find out.
If there's a spirit here that wants to speak to us, make an X with the rods. Oh, we got an X. Thank you. Were there actual rituals performed here by witches? It's pulling. Well,
X again?
oh, it's like stuck. I would say that's a yes. I don't know.
Were they at this tower specifically?
The wind is just pulling on all over the place.
We both tried the dowsing rods, receiving no more communication. I decided to pull out the EMF detector and immediately got a hit.
Oh,
Wait a minute. Turn your body so I can see it. Oh, a little bit. It's not this camera. This camera doesn't give anything off. Are you able to film this?
Yeah.
It's still rolling. Whoa, look at that. See that?
oh, there it goes. That's interesting.
It's weird that it's not in here because you think there would be maybe an electrical source for the water tower. It seems to be like just in this area. We can sense that you're here with this EMF meter. Can you use those dowsing rods and communicate with us?
After capturing energy readings around us that we could not comfortably explain away, we decided to try another dowsing rod session and captured this.
Is there spirit here or energy here that wants to talk to us? Make an X.
Oh, see that
Right
spike?
away.
Okay.
Okay.
Right as the dowsing rods crossed, indicating a spirit was present, the EMF meter flashed. Spirits are said to be made up of electromagnetic energy, EMFs, so this was very compelling evidence.
Oh, it's pulling.
See that?
Were there actually witches here that were performing rituals? Right is yes, left is no.
Whoa, look at that. Are you one of the builders of the water tower?
No? Okay.
It spikes every time it moves.
Are you the spirit of a witch?
There we go.
Did people come here and do rituals?
After not receiving any more communication, we ended the session. While we seemed to get confirmation that there were rituals held at the tower,
Were there actual rituals performed here by witches? I would say that's a yes. I don't know.
and made contact with transient energy that seemed to move around us and light up the meter with each dowsing rod response, we hoped, come nightfall, the energy would amp up.
Right off the bat, I just want to test the EMF levels over there with a reader that has actual numbers.
We walked around the entirety of the water tower, not receiving any EMF readings. Even in the spot we captured such strong readings during the daytime portion of the investigation.
Whoa, look at that.
This indicates to us that either 1, the power source to the water tower, if there was one in the back, was no longer on, or 2, we made contact with transient energy during the daytime, not energy from the environment. Despite getting no readings this time on the meter, we hoped the spirits, if there were any, would still make contact.
All right, so we're gonna try the necrophonic out at the water tower here and see what we get. Is there anybody here that wants to talk to us?
Were there actual satanic worshippers here? No. No. Here. Whoa, something in the window? Do a shot in the window?
Was that you?
We took multiple pictures of the windows near the top of the tower, capturing nothing. Because it is difficult to tell what is being said live, only upon review of the footage did we hear that the voice wasn't talking about a window after all. I walked around the tower again with the EMF detector, and again couldn't capture any spikes. Anne asked more questions with the necrophonic, but communication dropped off.
I don't know. I don't think we got a whole lot.
Did you really get anything?
Not really. Just a lot of noise.
We hoped one of our best tools, the spirit box, that supposedly allows for communication through white noise, would turn things around.
Now we're gonna try out the spirit box. So if there is any energy up there, since we seem to have heard the word window or something, please come down and talk with us. We should be able to hear you through this device. Alright. Hopefully get some answers about the afterlife. I mean, obviously the biggest question everybody has is what happens after you die. Did that camera just turn on?
Yeah.
Are you draining our batteries to talk? You're welcome to. Just please leave that camera, at least.
Leave one.
Was there satanic worshiping going on?
Battery. Oh. This is the second time today, and then I had to put new battery.
Are the legends true? Is Whitewater cursed? Are you still there? Is this tower cursed? Is there a dark energy here? Is there a dark force at this tower? Were there any rituals at this tower?
Are you stuck here?
Well, thank you for speaking with us.
Don't follow us home.
As far as we can tell, besides the morning portion, not much.
No. But you never know. Sometimes when you play it back, you see a lot of stuff you didn't hear when you were in the moment.
Well, break out the sage spray.
Yeah.
Not receiving anything else, we spritzed with liquid sage in hopes to prevent a possible negative attachment.
Thank you.
And the investigation came to a close. Witch Tower was a cool location with an even cooler backstory.
The idea of witches in Whitewater, my theory, and it is a theory, spiritualists were very much women, equally as men. That was something that I think was difficult for people to accept in the late 19th and early 20th centuries because of the nature of how people felt women's place was in society. They probably looked at that as, well, the devil, Ouija boards, that kind of stuff. And I think it was very easy for people to look at these women spiritualists and say, oh yeah, they're witches.
While the story of the tower was obviously influenced by a common misunderstanding of what the Pratt Institute's practices were, real documented ritual events in other places, and the fact that the original fence was installed incorrectly with spikes facing inwards, leading some to believe it was meant to keep something in, we still got some evidence of paranormal energy, though very minuscule. We got mixed responses regarding whether real rituals were performed at the tower, strong energy spikes that seemed to move along with dowsing rod responses, and a female voice that seemed to be trying to scare us away. Were these false positives, or did the paranormal energy believed to linger at the Starin Park water tower simply not care to talk? Should we return in the future? We hoped we could find more answers.